Hello everyone, so it's Christy here and today we are going back to play Final Fantasy XIV. I haven't continued my progress for a while on this and mainly I just play for the story now because I don't have time to grind for the late item and stuff. But yeah, good to be back here again with Alice. Long time character I have been using.
It's so much
Hi there,
quieter these
Merlot.
days without everyone around.
See you again here. Yeah, it has been a long while since the Endwalker early access, I
you
think.
understand. I have my sources, and I know that each and every one of you is doing well and keeping busy with your endeavors.
Glad to be back to the Warrior of
I'm
Light.
left with a surplus of free time and the question of how to make the most of it. What about you? Any plans for the immediate future?
Yep, a grand new adventure, of course. That is what this part is all about. We finally come to an end with the hiding stuff.
Traveling to the edge of existence and back wasn't enough? Well, if that's the case, I might have a suggestion for you.
But to be
fought
honest,
bravely and selflessly, helping those in need and saving our star from unimaginable threats. For your deeds, you've been hailed as the champion of Eorzea and a host of other incredible things. But why not put those titles aside for a while? Acquit yourself as a simple adventurer again and travel the world in search of wonder.
well, to be honest, at this point onward, I don't think anything can face us anymore. We are like the strongest champion in Eorzea and we kill the god and demigod and all the stuff. I mean, who else can fight against us now? So yeah, even if we venture anywhere, we will still hold anything. I mean, we are at God tier now. Only God can face against us.
I can feel from here the blazing fire that just lit in your belly. Now, all you need is a destination. If you're having trouble deciding, just leave it to me. Thavner. That's where you should go next. I doubt you were able to squeeze in a proper tour of Radzatan the last time you were there. What with the burning skies and rampaging monsters and so forth. And I'm sure Vritra would be pleased to see you. Then there's the bounty itself. The Empire's presence in the region was always a deterrent to exploration. So if you've a mind to sail that sea, now's your chance. Just think of all the new experiences you could have.
I think my noise suppression feature
Tell me,
couldn't suppress Patalu voice somehow.
the bounty? As the bearer of Azem's crystal, you may consider your duty to see at least that much.
Oh, I know that look. That's an adventurer ready to take on the world. In anticipation of an occasion like this, I was planning to gift you a new set of traveling clothes, but it's still a work in progress. Shouldn't take much longer now though, so sit tight and I'll have the last few bits sewn up before you can finish another cup of tea.
Somehow it seems that this is strength. I mean, is the volume alright? Merlot, if you are there, can you tell me if the volume is okay? Because somehow I have the volume, I mean the voice detection system going on, right? And also there is noise suppression system turned on. Somehow the system feel that Tataru's voice is too similar to my voice, so when Tataru speak, the noise suppression just doesn't work properly, and sometimes the Tataru voice just go onto my mic also. Yeah, but I hope that doesn't be much of an issue here. As long as her voice doesn't destroy the video so much. It's only go into the mic, just only a little bit.
Stitch in here and trim in there. Knot the threads with love and care. Just a little more to go. I'm sure you're still brimming with excitement. I am one with the needle. See how the fabric surrenders to my whims. Don't worry. I'll make sure the lining has plenty of pockets for all your little treasures. I swear adventurers are worse than children when it comes to hoarding every feather and leaf and animal hide they come across. Oh, we mustn't forget the waterproofing. Gods forbid you forget to disrobe before plunging into the sea, or a river, or a piping hot bath.
With this, a new villain. Well, he must be got tier at least if he gonna face us. I assume so. And why did we sleep at the
You're
table?
awake.
Why did we not go to bed? We don't even
My
eat.
apologies. I do get a little carried away with my sewing.
I see that our cake is still there and we didn't eat
You seem
anything
awfully
on the
cheerful.
table.
Pleasant dream? Or are you just looking forward to the next chapter of your grand saga? Either way, I promise to provide you with new apparel, and so I shall. If you'll accompany me to the Diamond Forge, we can put the finishing touches on your outfit. Shall we?
Okay, it's near. Well, I don't know about that. I don't think my friends still play with me anymore in Final Fantasy XIV because I am like the story person now. I haven't been in touch with any of the company member, and I have not been in late with them at all. Yes, I'm like skip off the activity in this game totally, other than story purpose. Yeah, so we got a new outfit, and I think that is camo, I think. Oh no, not. I don't want to wear weak looking adventure clothes. My shining knight armor is already look good enough. But thank you anyway, Tataru. Yeah, but I admit that the new outfit actually looked more suitable for adventure. Should I try this out or not? Collection explain the unending codex. What is this? Okay, so it's like a diary, or actually no, just the information book that any game should have it. Archive stuff, I think. Yeah, this game just have this now. I don't even know that. I thought they already have this long ago. Yeah, there are so many NPC, and some of the unimportant ones I already forgot who they are. Lovina. Where next? This town, I think we come to say farewell to our friend, I guess. Elephant people and lion people. Big and Indian culture. Hi there, Wei Chang Sok. I don't know if I should change to camouflage myself with the adventure outfit or continue with my nightly outfit. Well, we are Asian champion, we deserve to look cool at least. So yeah, probably better than wearing an weak looking adventure outfit. The following event cannot be skipped. You may wish to cancel any pending duty by the registration. Hi there, Mikhail. Well, Dr. Malot, I think it would be hard to recreate Singapore by itself because Singapore is in mixing between so many country culture. So the unit part to bring it out as Singapore is very difficult, I think. I went there a few times. Is this NPC we first met or not, Malot? I don't recognize him at all. Sometimes I don't understand the word too, because the name is difficult to remember. Lahaja, Asa, La, something like that. Elsa, Del, Tree. Name a small island somewhere. I don't really understand this conversation, but I feel that we probably gonna get some. We're gonna go to some island filled with treasure, hidden treasure from this something, Alcasa something. Go ahead and grab the history jar. Where were we? We did return of seeking the treasure while refused. It is discouraged other nay, quite the opposite. Such alcohol reserve the field of legend. That remind me of something. Aksama. Well, I couldn't follow this. I just know it's treasure hunt thing. A good start for a new adventure, I think, but only drawback for a new story in this game is that they already make our character too OP. Unless they actually nerf us somehow, then it's difficult to imagine we would lose to something that is weaker than Xehanort. Yeah, we win Xehanort, so Signal for water instead. Wow, this nice shot. Night blinking. I rarely seen that emote from our character. No, he doesn't look like he can have another round. That's your mistaken. You appear to have learned all that Jahin has to share regarding the... Okay. We learn the information from him and we go for treasure hunt. Probably we have to do some quest before that. A bit. Asama is this guy. Yes, I'm Asama, and who might you be? I'm the Aeosian champion and the legend hero, also a god killer. Alice Linhardt. My name would be longer if I list off the title I had.
Please, Ashal, please! You must let me have that treasure map!
Oh, so we have to take auction on the treasure map or something? Look like it.
What's all this about?
My mother and father were slaughtered by monsters. My baby sister, still too young to fend for herself. Can you spare us no kindness?
So, you hope to find your fortune? And what? You expect me to surrender my wares for pity's sake? What have you to offer in payment? As I thought. Come back when you've more than rags to your name. This is no mere treasure map. It is a guide to the vaults of Arzadal III. One of the great
Arzadal III. Okay, so that is how they pronounce it. Arzadal Khan. Okay. Alright, I learned something new.
Legacy.
So he says. A fake, I'd wager.
This is no fake. The parchment is marked with an arcane glyph of passage. You may find the ruins hidden in the bounty, but you won't be setting foot inside without this in your possession. A priceless artifact it is, discovered amongst the rubble in the aftermath of the final days, and lovingly restored by yours truly. This map is the key to fabulous riches, and I'll be the king of fools to simply give it away. Be glad I am no such king, boy. You're scrawny-eyed and never return with that treasure alive.
So I guess we're gonna help this kid somehow.
Why must you tempt me with wealth I am powerless to claim? How I shall envy the one who purchases that precious map. Whatever they pay will be but pittance against the golden hoard they stand to uncover.
Actually, this is like a play, right? I don't think this kid is real. I think they just fake paying someone to purchase this and they profit it together. From that kid face, I think he's playing. This is not a real story.
Fighting man of your stature would surely relish the challenge of recovering Alzadal's lost fortune.
Okay, we have companion now.
A fortune, you say?
Estinian should be good. I'm not sure if this kid it
If I had but
seriously.
the strength to seize that treasure, my starving sister would never want for food.
Maybe it's just bad graphic only. But the kid face a while ago I look like he's playing acting.
I'll take
But
it. Will
maybe
this cover the price?
it is actual story after all. I don't know because sometimes the game emote is not so good. I feel suspicious when the kid saying that he would envy whoever can pay for the map. It's like the kid is trying to promote the map sale somehow. So that is why I thought he was acting. But if Estinian trusts him,
Well met,
then
my friend.
I feel that he probably not acting after all.
Someone is dressed for adventure.
I mean Malot. The kid's
Of all
face
places.
doesn't look so
Knowing
sad
you,
at
I
all.
suspect there's more to your plans than sightseeing and shopping. Ruins beneath the bounty. Curious. And here I've acquired a map to just such a site.
With that sale, I do believe I've earned the rest of the day off. Thank you for your patronage, sir, but if you'll excuse me.
You needn't mind us.
This
And
guy
now
is
I've placed one of the
suspicious.
heroes of the final days. Pray the sisters were looking elsewhere.
The merchant may look
This
a
map
little
may
bit
or may not be
suspicious.
genuine. Either way, we'll need a ship to find out for sure.
I think Estinian is
Lest you
kind enough.
misunderstand, I seek the treasure not for myself.
Yeah, he will share the treasure for that kid.
If such a fortune truly exists, then it could help ease the struggles of those who lost their loved ones in the final days. I hope to do for Thavnir what you and Alphino did for the Alamegans when you recovered the Mad King's trove. Come now. You know Alphino needs little encouragement when it comes to recounting the tales of your shared exploits. Speaking of precocious lads, that boy in the bazaar was clearly an accomplice of the merchant. Suppose his role was to draw the attention of the crowd and add weight to the merchant's bold claims. Transparent act for the most part. It was not all mummery. The need to provide for his sister rang true enough. Thus, if some portion of the profits end up in that waif's pockets, then I will consider it money well spent, whether the map leads us to the vault or not. You are coming along, yes?
Yep. Count me in. Count me in, count me in. Naturally.
I thought as much.
What the fuck is screenshot fail? Why? Did not know
Now.
this could happen.
Let's see about securing a vessel.
Why is screenshot fail? What the fuck? And the kid gonna follow us. Why not we let the kid know first that we are sharing the treasure? I don't know why did the screenshot fail. Anyway, back to Indian music. Yeah. This looks like Mario Kart. Chocobo Racing. Talking about the new Chocobo Racing game, I feel bad about it really. That was one of my childhood games also. I loved Chocobo Racing before. But now that they are making it with microtransaction on Nintendo Switch, I feel really bad about it. Normally I play mobile game, right? Gacha game, so I don't really mind microtransaction by itself. But the way they are doing it for this game, it just kind of had a bad feeling for me somehow. Okay, hi, elephant person. I can't really notice any difference between your race. But I know this Masya, or I don't know how to pronounce his name. I would think it should be Masya, Matsa or something like that. Sound more Indian. I remember this name, we met her a lot, and she an important NPC on the first part of the Endwalker. Okay, the kid following us. We should just let him know so he doesn't have to be worried. Letting the kid come would be too dangerous for him. He can just sit at home. I see the kid actually worry about us. That's good of him. Do we need to invite our comrade or not? I mean, we can summon them anytime with our supernatural power. Yeah, we can summon 8 of us from different dimensions anytime. But if I have to bring someone in this treasure hunt, I would bring Tola and Trinket. Would be my first two choice, but since Trinket and Ullinger is together, so I choose them. 2 is better than 1. Okay, but we cannot actually summon them, you see? This is one part of the, how to say it, this one weak point on the JRPG. Usually, Japanese RPG give us a lot of choice or so many choice, but most of the time we end up on the same route. I mean, no matter what we shoot, we always end at the same part. This happened to so many JRPG. But in Western RPG, most of them when they have split part, we actually can make a different choice. On the bad part is that despite their story might not be so direct, they are a little bit shorter. As for the cool part and the epicness of the story, I still feel that Japanese JRPG are better. But they need to give us more separate choice, not ask us something and give us multiple choice, but we end up forced to choose only one choice. Or give us so many answers that we can choose, but at the end, give the same result. I like Estinian when he wearing his helmet more. His Dragoon helmet is cool. One thing I really love about this game is that their OST is so good.
Ah, Ojika, my good man. Would you be so kind as to...
Oh, isn't this a pleasant surprise?
I wish you had sent word ahead. I thought I was having visions for a moment there.
It seems that because Gahatia joined us late in the
Raha
game,
and I have been compiling old records
so
of
the
students'
story writer
activities.
actually wants Gahatia to actually appear
We
more in the
located several
story.
accounts in the archives of Numenon and added them to the collection we recovered from the Isle of Vow.
And judging by the progress we've made thus far, sorting this pile will keep us occupied for days to come.
Not bad choice though.
But what brings you to the annex, my friend? Surely you haven't come all this way just to watch us shuffle dusty papers around?
We are asking you for a new adventure if you would like to join us.
The
Gahatia,
treasure vault of Alzadal III.
I know you would interest.
And you're looking for companions to join you on this expedition.
Correct, Claire?
I would dearly love to accompany you, of course, but I'm afraid I'm committed to another task. On the subject of which I had hoped to ask for your assistance.
You always busy about something else every time. I'm sure though, Gahatia gonna join us. See? His tail is swinging. And I know how much he loves
Then
us.
again, it's not so urgent that it can't wait until you've returned. You should go, Raha. I'll stay here and mind the shop, as it were.
Are you sure? I'd hate to leave you short-handed.
I'm sure. Just try to be back before too many moons have passed.
Well,
I guess we're off on another adventure already.
Alright, come join us.
Have you asked anyone else to come along?
Nope, I don't think anyone is
Might I
vacant.
suggest we invite your Stola?
Someone say Yashtola is not available right now.
Ever since the Scions disbanded, she spent most of her time cloistered within the Great Google Library, hoping to piece together a method to traverse the rift. It would seem, however, that whatever wisdom she sought there was not to be found. She arrived in Charlian the other day. We spoke briefly before she began her search of Numenor. Considering what you've told us of Alzadal's extraordinary feats, I do believe your Stola would be more than interested to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, we get a clue to let Yashtola join us.
Splendid! Then let us head to the archives at once.
Wait, before you go. I have another potential member to volunteer, if you've room to spare. Urianger.
Urianger. Okay, so we actually get a
students
Bugatti.
a request for materials, you see. Treatises on the architecture of treasure vaults and the like. From what I can gather, the Loporrits are looking to make improvements to their own creation and wish to learn more about how we build things down here. So, why not take Urianger with you? Let him study Alzadal's legacy firsthand.
None can deny the benefit of seeing something with your own eyes. If our expedition leader has no objections, I say we extend Urianger an invitation once we've spoken with your Stola.
Safe travels, you two. But don't forget, I'd still like your help with that other matter I mentioned.
Right. Then it's off to the library.
Dun 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 dun. This music is so chill and nice. I plan to use it for some of my content later. Okay, so we warp to the stadium. What is this? Okay.
I've never known your Stola to doze off in the middle of research before.
close my eyes for one moment.
I got a clumsy version of Yashtola. Lately we have seen this a lot.
How long have you been here?
I just lied. No, I shouldn't lie. We didn't want to wake you. Our screenshot fell, I don't know why.
Nor did I want to fall asleep. I must have been studying for 2-3 days straight before exhaustion finally claimed me.
You are a good studier, student, scholar.
As you know, I've been researching ways
Something
to travel
wrong
from
with
the
my
source to one of
screenshot.
its reflections. Well, looking for hints at least. I don't expect to find a simple set of instructions tucked away in some dark corner of the library. So I've been skimming through the stacks, hoping to uncover even a partial mention of any similar feats in the past. A means to travel between worlds exists, and you can be sure I will find a way to employ it. So I promised Runar, but 'twould seem I've set myself a nigh impossible task.
You needn't be so hard on yourself. The leap I made with the Crystal Tower was not achieved in an afternoon. It was the culmination of a collective effort spanning generations.
Oh, you think me discouraged? I assure you, 'tis quite the opposite. A daunting challenge and the time to sink my teeth into it. I feel like a fresh-faced student again.
A scholar in her element.
Yep, I think she should change her job from backmates
Indeed.
into scholar.
Was there something else you wish to ask of me?
Nothing, I just want to see you act more clumsy again. Just for taking a screenshot, you know.
is no minor figure in Harnish history, and much is known about his family. But this is the first I've heard of a descendant surviving a trip to another world. If those tales are true, then he may have left behind some clue as to how it was accomplished. An invitation to delve into one of the world's lingering mysteries. As if I could refuse. And whence do we embark upon this expedition?
Akyali, by ship. But before that, we thought to extend an invitation to Urianger as well. He was in Thalmazane, last we heard.
Then by all means, let us recruit him, and be on our way.
You know what, Merlot? I think both Yashtola and Urianger share the same thing. They talk too much. Yeah, but actually Japanese voice actor is better in this game. Actually, I find Japanese voice actor is a lot better. I would agree on that, but it's easier to hear them talk in English. What is the spinning sphere? I don't know. No, I don't see it. Oh, do we gonna use this spaceship or not? I remember we used this spaceship to go on the final battle, but this music again, I have heard this since the first half.
Champion. Cloaked in the mantle of the common explorer, fame set aside in thy pursuit of simple adventure. I am told a new expedition is in the offing.
Yep, are you joining? I come here to invite you in person, although I prefer Trinket.
He left to attend to some personal errand, but should be returning.
Hi there, Oli.
You've been keeping yourself busy, I trust?
True to our plan, Thancred and I embarked upon a pilgrimage of sorts, with an eye for gauging the state of those lands through which we passed. Our travels were interrupted, however, by a request for aid from our befurred lunar allies. As you may recall, the Loporrits had been seeking new purpose for the moon, another role through which it might serve to benefit mankind. The Forum hath been working to advise them in this endeavor, but I return to offer mine own counsel.
And this has what to do with treasure vaults, exactly?
Ah, you have learned of my predicament from Mistress Cryle. I know not whence they acquired such knowledge, but the Loporrits now stand convinced that adventurers delight in treasure hunts. Thus, with their newly built wonderland of riches and mystery, do they hope to entice all manner of daring delvers to the moon? So earnest and innocent was their desire to bring joy to the world that I found myself powerless to refuse them my cooperation.
Why must Urianger always have to talk in
But what
with
of you,
him?
my friends? Why are you come to Labyrinthos? Fascinating. This is indeed a most fortuitous opportunity. I should be honored to accept thine invitation. How long hath it been, I wonder, when last our actions were not impelled by fate or desperation?
Aye. Though I cherish the Scion's accomplishments, 'tis pleasant to not have the weight of the world upon our shoulders for a change.
Counting Istinian, we number 5 now, yes? Without knowing what traps or perils await unwary feet, we may be wise to refrain from recruiting others.
I agree. Between us, we should have the skills to handle whatever situation may arise. Shall we be on our way?
What, no time to spare a word for the grizzled old bard?
All is well, I trust?
A wasted trip, I'm afraid. I'd hoped to catch up with a former mentor while you parleyed with the rabbits, but it seems our paths were not to cross.
Yep. You are looking well. Okay. To cut it short, because saying this and
That's
we
because
can.
we didn't travel by experimental etherite.
So we get
It's
one
astounding
tip.
what a
That
lack
is
of
what I
nausea
want.
does for one's sense of well-being.
Actually, we nearly gather the whole crew back
In any case,
again.
as we made our way around Ilzabard, we saw that much of the continent was in various stages of chaos. A certain amount of disorder is to be expected. The final days are over, and the people no longer have a common threat binding them together. That's the thing with these fledgling troubles, eh? You need to keep an eye out, lest they mature into full-grown headaches. So, for what reason have so many esteemed personages seemed fit to gather?
It seems we gather almost everyone except Alfano
Beneath the waters
Queen.
of the bounty, you say? I see you've already stolen away my traveling partner with the promise of unexplored ruins and scholarly glory.
Nay, 'tis not for mine own indulgence, but rather the fulfillment of my commitment to the Loporrits.
Ah, of course. And if you have Estinian rounding out your group, you'll likely have all the members you need.
Feeling left out? I could put in a good word for you, if you like.
We may have been released from our obligations, but I'll never be free of that merciless wit of yours, will I? In all seriousness, 'tis best I sit this one out. Too many former scions consorting with one another might be seen as a cause for concern in certain quarters. I'll return to my usual reconnaissance and scout out the situation in the Far East. Feel free to share if you come across any interesting revelations. Till we meet again.
Shall we also hasten our departure? Sir Estinian will wonder what hath become of us.
Alright, that was very long cutscene, but here we gather almost everyone except the Alfano Queen. And I don't think we need them, to be honest. For this quest, we already have too many members. Let's get going. Well, we come to the moon for this adventure. Hi there, Merlot. I think for any side track that is not a main quest, I will do that later. Since I'm recording, so I want to record the main story as shortcut as possible. How do we go over there? I remember this is we have to go up first. Arch. Any other warp? Here, seem better. Can you spoil me of what happened on that sphere you mentioned? I see. So, what is in there at the elevator? I mean, I will check them later. Oh, so is this a new dungeon now? I don't know yet. I could go with other player, I guess. That should be faster. Usually NPC, they don't make mistake, but they are slow. And let's see. Touch. Average item level not enough. I have to purchase some gear. Unless they give us some gear. Optimize. Okay, we don't get any new gear so far. Alright, I go to buy something a bit. Actually, Merlot, I can go check out what you want me to see too. Since I have to walk back. Didn't know that they lock it behind. Okay, let's buy outfit first. I usually come to Limsa for repair closer to the shop. Hopefully the new stuff is not so expensive. I only have like 11 million saving. Okay, weapon first. Search. Why are the new gear is actually less power than my gear? Would this increase my level or not? Item comparison. Okay, it's increased my level by 20, but actually the stat is lower. But okay, SQ stat is higher, I think. 20 level. Oops, nobody sell this one. What is the difference between ornate classical, Hopomarchus Lolica? Wow, long name. Classical Hopomarchus Lolica. This one is ornate and this one is not ornate. Let's try on and see. Okay, first version, second version. Look the same to me. Look the same to me, I mean. Well, whatever. Wait the gear. Accessory is more expensive than the actual stuff. Wow, expensive. No. Okay. Okay, let's check out new outfit. Somehow I think I prefer the armor, or either that I think I can use the Tataru. Last armor on. I forget how do we cast the armor on the item Tataru giving us. Wayfather Tava. Here. Is this the one? Okay, so there's like the group and the boot. There's no pant. There's some earring and necklace too, but no need for that. Okay. Now I have adventure look. on me. A little bit. I want to dry the mental lead, but Sim cannot shoot that. Here we can only change the shirt color. So now then I will go with what I have here. Next, I am going to check what Murloc asked me to go. Where is that again? It is like Chalayan Hamlet or the Archeon. I forgot. Or Ishgard. Oh, Chalayan, this one? I mean, which of the transportation? I don't think it's the first one. Let's check this one. Yep, we are at the correct one. So is this what you want me to see? Okay, what do you want me to do here? The planet rotate and the star. Inside this building, I can't go enter it. I think the lift is only asked me to go down, so I cannot go inside this place. Okay, I see. Next. Time to fight. I think I don't have to warp here. I can go it from duty fighter. Alright, let's do this. Do we have any person doing it now? We'll assume that it should be pretty quickly on the queue since I'm a tank. Or not, or maybe everyone is already asleep by this time. I thought it would be instant, so I didn't try it before. Okay, yes, come. Yeah, it doesn't take long. It should be faster than trying to fight with NPC. Oh wow, that Tataru is so cute. I mean, that Lala fell, sorry. Haru is like the word from the Final Fantasy XI. Go for adventure. I'm wearing adventure clothes now, so I have uncharted power. Yeah, I haven't played this for a bit. I hope I'm okay. Yep, okay. Trying to remember my conflict. I didn't set my shortcut here. Because I'm totally new here, so I don't know any boss gimmick. I hope they are doing okay with this. But I like to test my first time experience by myself too, so I don't want to watch it guide beforehand. There's no path? Sorry. I did not know you had monster here. I see, so this mission is not be able to speed run. They kind of block the path unless you clear the enemy wave by wave. And here we come to the first boss fight that I don't know what's going on with this. I will have to learn the mechanic from the get-go. I assume the first attack is something like Tank Buster. Usually if they are using tank buster, they will put some custom. I noticed this water wave. I don't know what is it. Oh, I see. Watch. Okay, so the water stopped and doing big AoE. Fast. What I avoided impact. Touch. One hit and step now. This one again is we will go in the same position. Never mind, Pink Boy is about to go down. I just need to use my buff to make up for the punishment. See that this one is the last one. So we go underwater. Shark there. I wonder if the shark is next boss fight. What is this? Okay, attack it. Then you don't know what is this magical thing, you attack it. I see there's enemies found here. I wonder if people think that Hurley circle effect is a bit too bright for the eye. Why did he use LB here? Is this monster that important that he had to resort to LB? Normally I think use LB on the boss is better. Okay, what's next here? Let's check this out. Inner circle area. I can see that this is like the timer. I thought it's like reflect barrier. It's not. It's just a laser. Same trick again, and I think they have additional laser too. I see it. Okay, have to check that. So he's calling it again. That place and this place and then what? That should be the safe place. Allow here. Okay, safe now. Okay, here. Basically a laser room. Your grief will prove your undoing. No, I'm not greedy. I don't even click on the gear yet. I do now. Because I see a tank gear. I think that make the final attack of Paladin combo a little bit easier to use. I remember that the time was a lot tighter in the past between the second and last combo part of it. But now I feel it's easy to use now. When you don't zoom out, this skill could buy your eye, so I have to zoom the camera out when I'm using this skill. Okay, I think we are at the boss now. That is Invincible Wall, the Elden Ring hidden part that actually nearly not exist anymore. I have a feeling that Elden Ring doesn't have so many hidden parts at all. I only remember one in the light card room only. I mean the Invincible Wall. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, so much color from this product. See, so there is fight going on the panel, so we cannot walk to the corner of the room. What is this? Spinning what? Arch a step. What is this? We will play like a toy. Okay, Tank Buster is here. I think they're gonna play us again. Like a spinning toy. No, a new attack. What is this? Yeah. So we have to stay on the green one. Spin again, I see. I have to somehow go there without going into oops, so there's AoE too. have to try to not get stabbed, and that is all, I think. Okay. Oop! No way! I didn't know he would come here. Watch, can't be held now. Sorry, teammate. Didn't expect you to jump in there. We have to go green, right? Like the last time, no? Everyone come yellow here. Okay. This boss is like a merchant, clothes seller, Indian clothes seller. Pass, hit. Right. Thank everyone. Do we actually get the treasure or not? Or the kid?
What have we here?
'Tis not unlike a Hunnish alchemical furnace in design.
Well, there is one way we might find out.
Stop! You mustn't touch it.
Vritra! Oh, my apologies. Should I continue calling you Varshan?
You may address me as you wish. My nature is no longer a secret. Still, this is not a setting I imagined for our reunion. Surely you've not entered these ruins as common looters.
Would that we could deny your accusations, but I fear you're not far from the truth.
Great Vritra, might we beseech thee to explain the nature of this strange contrivance?
It was crafted by our alchemists at my behest, for the purpose of sealing something away. Perhaps I should simply show you.
It is still a 1,000 years old demon for us to awaken it and kill it. Just like any JRPG. Yeah, look like a demon, alright.
I have lifted the seal, if only for the moment, by an authority only I possess.
A planar fissure?
No, my friend. Small though it may be, this is a functioning gate into the void.
Just enter the void and kill everything inside. Just like what a holy knight should do. You know what, Lord? If this Elden Ring, we don't talk at all, we just go inside the void and killing everything and fight a boss. No conversation. But I would say this game is opposite of Elden Ring. They talk a lot more than fight.
I must admit, I am deathly curious to know how a void gate came to be hidden in the depths of these ruins.
To tell that tale, we must first peer far to the south, and even further into memory.
Isn't this the Dragon song?
An age 5 millennia passed when the Algan Empire sent an invading force to the shores of Meracidia. The southern people rallied around the commanding figures of Bahamut and Tiamat and fought fiercely to repel the would-be conquerors. With Bahamut's defeat, however, the tide turned against them. Desperate to seize any advantage, the Mercidians resorted to summoning primal entities.
These three primal we already killed.
In response, Emperor Zande forged a covenant with the Cloud of Darkness, sovereign among the all-devouring denizens of the Void. Thus bolstered by icons on one side and Void Scent on the other, the two armies clashed in a battle of unspeakable carnage. So much death, so much loss.
Watch out, we have killed those. We already beat them all.
I consider myself well versed in that period of history, yet you speak as one who witnessed it happen.
Indeed, I did. I heard Tiamat's roar of defiance and sped toward that war-torn land. Along with my sibling, Ashdaya. We dragons are not male or female as men are wont to classify, but elder sister is the closest a mortal tongue can come to describing what she meant to me. I was the last of our brood to hatch, and Ashdaya cared for me where my sire could not. Thus I was with her when Tiamat roared, I was with her when she journeyed south, and I was with her when she fought against the Void-sent hordes. Yet no matter how many of their vile fiends we cast down, more rose from the abyss to take their place. Faced with an unwinnable war of attrition, Ashdaya risked her all on a final gamble. She plunged through the Void Gate itself to strike at the root of their strength.
I wish they show this as a movie instead of storytelling. It would be very fun movie to see those dragon fight.
But even as I came upon Alag's glittering tower, I saw the rift close behind her. And Ashdaya has been lost to us ever since.
I find I must retract my earlier claim of historical knowledge. Nowhere in the Crystal Tower's archives did I see mention of such noble sacrifice.
That does not surprise me. To Allagan eyes, it must have seemed as if a lone dragon, driven to madness, simply dove through the gate and did not return. For my part, I spent long years searching for the means to reunite with Ashdaya. Until I could search no more. Until Alag was dust, and the art to open a void gate large enough to accommodate.
Yet you have the beginnings of a gate right here, under the control of a harnessed device.
My discovery came before Radzatan was founded. Though I scoured the lands for a method to cross the rift, it was beneath the sea that I chanced to find a natural planar fissure. It was, however, far too narrow to admit a worm's bulk. Only after our city rose upon the rock, and I could enlist the aid of our talented alchemists, did matters take a favorable turn. Their dedication was beyond reproach. Tirelessly, they worked to expand the fissure, and after decades of toil, it finally grew to a size that a child might pass through. With hope in my heart, I used a simulacrum to cross the threshold. But no, I did not find her. What I found was a host of voidsent, clamoring around the opening they had sensed. 'Twas but a moment, but enough. I had no choice but to retreat and allow the portal to contract once more.
The gate was a threat to your people. You had to decide between endangering Radzatan and abandoning your sister. And you chose the latter.
'Twas not that thy siblings scorned thy call. 'Twas that she was trapped beyond a barrier through which neither roar nor dragon may pass. Even now, in the desolate world of the 13th.
I can scarce imagine your pain, yet it was wise not to linger in that place. Too long a sojourn, and even a being of your power risks being warped into a creature of the void. You've seen this phenomenon before, when we stepped into the darkness.
I thought our time has come. So yep, let's skip that part.
As did I. Were it not for Une and Doga, or Nero for that matter, we might never have made it home. Do you remember what happened to Nero? How his wounds allowed... Ah, no. I hadn't meant to. I speak only of possibilities. Of course. With the warding scale in one's possession, one could conceivably survive a stay in the 13th without being warped by its energies.
Be that as it may, it is too late to rescue my sister. 5,000 years too late. And now countless others look to me for guidance and protection. So when I sensed intruders in the ruins, I came only to ensure that the gate remained closed. That, and to secure the treasure, of course.
What exactly are the creatures?
I wish only to forget the rest.
I think we're gonna make a plan and enter the void. Later anyway. Look at Yashtora's face already, see that. Actually, he told us to replace the guardian that I just destroyed. So we have to repair it. Oh my god. I don't know, but I feel that we're gonna open the void anyway. Well, I think the steam here. The steam has issue there. See that? Let me check. Alright, I hope this fix it now. Sorry about that. Was my voice still reach you during that time? They were telling us about to protect this place and not enter the void, but I mentioned that I have my guess that we're gonna enter the void anyway. Because that should be our new destination for fighting strong enemy. So we have to reconstruct the Guardian. You may now undertake the Chronicle of New Era quest series, Mice of Lean. Means why elsewhere in the void, I think. Yeah, we're gonna enter this void for sure now. Is this a kind of demon king? We used to fight Diablo here and Cloud of Darkness. Who else could it be this time? Chaos? Emperor? No, God Besser, I think. Go Besser. And his 4-element minion. Yes, so we have to fight against Go Besser and his 4 minion now. It feels a little bit funny because we already beaten Cloud of Darkness, X-Days. And Kefka also. Yeah, I think these are 4 Calamity. I know them all. They are Gacha unit on the Final Fantasy Death Express also. I can see that Endwalker story relate to Final Fantasy IV a lot. Because we have Luna, well, we go to the moon and now we have to fight again the actual Ghostbuster. Is this the end of the pet story or not? Nope, not yet. Our new adventure is Final Fantasy IV, where is Cecil? I wish I could fly. I didn't finish off the air current during the time when I get early access on Endwalker. Ouch. But doing that now would be slower than actual just walking. And they always ask Asian champion who just doing the errand. Walk to this point, walk back there, come back here, talk to this person, please send a letter to me, something like that. Alright, see you there, my lord. At first I was thinking that Final Fantasy XIV story will end with Hydaelyn, but since they are making a new adventure of the story, I don't know how many years that the game will continue from now. Their story are great and all, but the core of the gameplay is a little bit outdated in compared to the new style of MMO now. And they cannot change that unless they make a new game.
attendance. The riches the Radiant Host have retrieved were hoarded in Al-Zadar's name. A fortune I set aside for a future day of need. And lo, that day hath come. May it aid our wounded city in reclaiming its vibrancy and vigor. In better times, I would leave such a task to our capable Ahawan. God's rest his soul. Finding myself bereft of his counsel in the here and now, I will assume the responsibilities of mine office directly. Firstly, the treasure shall be sold for more convenient currency. Thence, invested into the trading port of Yedlamad. Our merchants must have their operations restored, their ships rebuilt. Commerce must flow once more. None were spared the tragedy of the final days. Of this, I am well aware. But an absence was created by the loss of Kalzal's consortium. And by filling it, we provide new means for our fishermen, our artisans, and others to bring their wares to distant markets.
And what of the children who were left without family to care for them?
That is a concern which weigheth heavily upon my mind. A simple gift of coin will soon be exhausted, leaving these young souls adrift on the fringes of our society. Nay, a proper solution is needed, one which doth guarantee their welfare for years to come. Thou hast surely seen how other nations rise to meet this challenge, adventurer. What dost thou deem the wisest course?
Levy them on trade profit in exchange for your investment. Take a village.
Of course, we must all look out for one another. Let us put this idea into practice. A contract shall be written, requiring all who receive of Al-Zadar's treasure to commit a portion of their future earnings towards the running of an orphanage. Now, such an influential policy is deserving of a worthy name. A fitting candidate. Kalzal should be remembered, not as the blasphemy which terrorized Thavne, but as a hard-working and generous man who brought much wealth to our shores. Do any among you object to this proposition? Many here lost loved ones to the beasts.
In that time of strife, any one of us could have broken. Any one of us may have been taken by despair. When I think of Kalzal, I feel no hatred. Only a stinging regret that we could not save him as well. Isn't that right, men?
This bodes well for that boy. Murad, was it? Perhaps he can cut ties with that shady peddler.
Then let it be done. Henceforth, this initiative shall be known as the Kalzal Foundation. Nabdeen, thou art to assemble a patrol and ensure that no child in this city liveth in squalor. Clerks, see to the management of our funds and make haste. Our citizens must not suffer a day more than is necessary.
Dragon and man, side by side in pursuit of a brighter morrow. Reminded of Ishgard.
Destinian. Every time you appear is always Ishgard feeling to me. And suddenly we have a happy song for no reason. Look at him.
Right, here we all are.
You discovered something new.
I took a closer look at that device. I was able to determine how it keeps the Void Gate sealed, but not how it might instead be employed to expand the opening. For that, I would need to reference the technique developed by Vritra's alchemists, no records of which appear to have survived the intervening years.
We know this, so why have you sent for us? Have you learned aught of value or not?
Patience, good sir. One must introduce the subject before launching into specifics. From what we understand, travel between worlds is accomplished by passing through the nebulous rift which exists between them. Picture, if you will, the moment you were called to the first. You touched a focus of some kind to help the Exarch pinpoint your location. His summoning spell then channeled the energies of the Crystal Tower to begin your journey to his world. The magics tore a hole in the wall separating source and shard, and cast you into the intervening nothingness. In that place, the laws of nature hold no sway. Yet even through this realm of temporal and spatial instability, you were borne safely to your destination in the first. The feat that guided you across such an unimaginable distance, both physical and metaphorical, was nothing short of a miracle.
Well, because we have Hydralin protection at that time, right?
Then what of the many void scent found in the source? Who guides them here, and how?
An excellent question. Though there are several methods by which the Void's denizens might intrude upon our world, the rituals of summoning are the most typical. For example, let us consider the Gargoyle, a creature of middling power. To call upon such an entity, the prospective summoner must force open a void gate. The portal lasts but a moment and is relatively small, allowing only an imp or other lesser being to squeeze through with their physical body intact. Our more powerful gargoyle, however, is too large for that. Creating a gate big enough for him would require vast amounts of energy, far beyond the reserves of any one mortal practitioner.
We already fought so many gargoyles.
Instead, 'tis far more common to bring over only the entity's soul. We had a taste of that ourselves when a certain exarch dragged us to the first. And just as our bodies remained in our world, the Void Sense physical form is left behind in the 13th.
So the void is 13. Sorry for you, Lightning.
Once at its destination, the summoned soul is granted a temporary shell to inhabit. In the gargoyle's case, a stone effigy has proven a suitable vessel.
By the way, pro tip, Gargoyle was actually the first Final Fantasy XIV raid boss in the 1.0, and I was one of the earliest person who has beaten his dungeon at that time.
Reeled in like a fisherman with his catch.
Exactly. For a being to navigate the chaos of the rift, with or without form, there must needs be a guiding agent on the other side.
When the hordes poured forth from Alag's Great Gate, it was the technologists who drew them through. Though to my knowledge, planar fissures are in essence natural passages between our world and the void, which require no such guidance to traverse. Why is only the boundary between the source and the 13th so fragile? So much so that it often tears open of its own accord.
I believe solving that mystery is key to understanding travel between the source and its reflections.
And how do you intend to get your answers?
We will go into the void, perhaps?
No. The danger is too great.
Yeah. They gonna say that?
Perhaps. But what some call danger, others think of as adventure.
Were you not listening to my tale? Never mind that the means to expand the gate has been lost to the ages. Even could you force the portal wide enough, you would be greeted by an army of murderous horrors the very instant you step through.
I assure you I was most attentive. And I agree that to go alone would be certain death. But if I were to bring along one who has already braved the 13th and humbled the cloud of darkness, well, I imagine my chances would be much improved.
Yeah. Cloud of Darkness should be stronger than Ghostfacer, to be honest.
I had a feeling you might say that.
As I predict just around
Once
10
again,
minutes ago,
I put my life in your
we're gonna go into the void.
That said, as much as I would like to march straight back to the Void Gate, there is the small matter of being unable to open it without the Satrap's personal authority.
As I've said before, I will grant you and yours any boon you choose to name, provided it does not endanger my people.
You have my word that we will take every precaution. Not a single void scent will be allowed to threaten Radzatan, assuming we manage to expand the portal in the first place.
You have a plan.
Actually, I had hoped you might help us with that. I presume the alchemists you retained supplied you with some explanation of their methodology.
That they did. House Daimir was overseeing the project.
Daimir. Ah, yes. The family associated with the great work.
I did not fully comprehend the theory, but their research began with a void scent which had slipped through the fissure. After a thorough examination, they created an arcane simulacrum possessed of similar qualities. A man-made void scent, if you will. It was apparently indispensable in their efforts to enlarge the gate.
A man-made void scent?
Yes. Being great admirers of the Archons, House Daimir submitted detailed notes to Charlene's official committee. They expected praise and accolades for their simulacrum, and were thus devastated to be informed that their work had been classified as prohibited material.
If that's true, then those notes might still be stored in a forbidden archive somewhere. Not Google, of course, since that library had yet to be built. Which leaves us with... Yes, it may very well hold a copy. In which case, I say we head directly to Charlene.
Unless you anticipate needing help to reach the high shelves. see myself being of little use. Go on ahead. I still need to find Mirad and tell him about the Kalzal Foundation.
So we just go with Judge Tora.
Let us be on our way as well.
They are resolved to venture into the void. Do I sit idly by?
Are we ready to go out in the dungeon? Oh, we have to do this again. I don't like this part though. Roaming around talking. I do not mind with the story, but I think sometimes the explanation in this game is a little bit too long. We can't even dash, right? Why she follow us? Can we? Okay, we can. But I think we cannot use the warp. Can we warp? You asked us to land around. Yeah, at least we can. stadium.
If House Damia's notes are to be found anywhere, it will be here. Let us begin. Oh, buy it. The music in this place is a little bit strange from the usual music. Yes, the ether signature is unmistakable. I've felt the traces of House Damia's resonance many times at the Great Work. Time to see what all the fuss was about.
Oh, this is like
Among the ranks of the Void
Atmos, I
Saints,
think.
there exist entities with the power to call forth their brethren from beyond.
Atmos,
The
I think
species
we
known
met
as
them so
Atomos,
many
however,
times.
is uniquely prodigious in this regard. From its distended maw, it can expel an endless procession of void-born creatures. A talent which sorely tested the Radiant Host in its battles against these abominations. Surmising that the entity itself was acting as a void gate, we endeavored to capture a small specimen and subsequently examine its physiological structure. Our findings revealed that the Atomos had absorbed a planar fissure into its own flesh, which it could expand at will into a functioning gate. Upon further analysis, we identified an ethereal wave pattern emitted during this process. A pattern we were able to emulate by passing crystal-stored ether through a specially designed prism. We proceeded to embed said prism into an arcane simulacrum, thus completing what we have dubbed our artificial Atomos. How could I have been so blind to the possibilities? This species, not to mention its ability to summon void scent, has been discussed among academics for years now. Just before the advent of the 7th Umbral Calamity, we received reports of Atomos sightings from every corner of Eorzea. Surely you witnessed an appearance yourself in the course of your travels. And still, House Daemir went and built a mock Atomos of their very own. I'm not surprised the Archons consigned their work to a restricted archive. It was no easy task, but at last we've unearthed the volume we've been searching for. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't tempted to stay longer. See what other forbidden titles might be lurking on these shelves. Ah, but that would be abusing the very special privilege we've been granted now, wouldn't it? Better not.
Where should I go? Actually, I don't need to warp. Is that water the same one that someone died in the previous story? I guess so.
The ruins alone were impressive enough, but I never dreamed such a treasure lay hidden in the depths of the bounty. It may have been helpful to know this device existed, Your Excellency.
My apologies. The gate was a secret I shared with none but my closest advisors. I feared for what might happen should those with ill intentions learn of its existence.
What is it you're doing now?
There's something I wish to verify. The NOAA reports claim that a short stint into the void carries little risk of etheric imbalance. Should one suffer an injury, however, or if one's expedition drags on longer than intended, that risk becomes significantly greater. Graha theorized that a warding scale would confer protection from the void's corrupting influence. But I would prefer to test that hypothesis before we set foot in the 13th ourselves.
So, this is an experiment of sorts?
Yes, an experiment. Tell me, how would you go about testing the efficacy of the warding scale?
What? Why are you looking at me like that? Surely you'd not expect me to wriggle through that tiny portal.
We needn't attempt anything so drastic. A small familiar should serve well enough. Now, a lowly imp can navigate a fissure, no matter how narrow. Which means an arcane entity of similar stature should be able to manage the same. I hadn't wanted it to come to this, but no other familiars will do, I'm afraid.
I mislike the sound of that. What manner of fiend does she mean to summon?
From ocean rise and cloudbank form, from mountain spring and rainfall storm, from river flow and life be born.
Water, water, froth and fire!
What is this magic? Not them as usual, Yashtola. I know.
Ready your arms. I fear she's been possessed.
Oh, come now. That was adorable.
Did she just realize?
Though not my first choice. These familiars I conceived of as a child have the best chance of fitting through the gate. I only wish my younger self had considered a more dignified ending to the creation ritual.
Okay. She still herself.
In any case, these two should serve as well. This one will bear a warding scale. And when they return from the 13th, we can observe how the talisman, or absence thereof, has affected the... If I could impose upon you to open the gate. Your Excellency?
Ah, yes, of course.
We should also be wary of void scent slipping through while we conduct our experiment. Estinian, you are to keep Nadana safe from harm.
As you say.
You had best be on your guard as well. Oh, are you volunteering to join the Nixies? I could shrink you down, you know. Let us begin, shall we? I think we've waited long enough. Nixies, return to my side! Thank you, little one. You did well.
Poor thing. Its essence has been irrevocably warped.
We're out of time. I must reseal the Void Gate.
They're coming through!
In the name of Alzadal III, I bar this door unto the void.
I thought we gonna enter that, he sell it again.
Well, that was a sharp lesson in the dangers of void gates.
And what of our experiment? I'd say the results speak for themselves.
The unprotected Nixie has suffered extensive etheric corruption. As Nidana observed, it's well on its way to becoming a void scent. The one merged with the talisman, however, appears unaffected. I sense no changes to its equilibrium. Rest now.
Wow, Merlot, are you playing right now? I thought you would already way ahead of me, because I just come back to play this now, and I haven't played since the day had come out not long ago.
So it would seem. But while our second familiar was untouched by void energies, the talisman itself shows signs of degradation. It was, of course, originally designed to shield the soul from primal tempering. It stands to reason that etheric corruption of a different sort would affect it differently. We may need to modify the warding scale's design to account for the 13th's uniquely unstable ether.
You've said much of the Void's instability, but my imagination fails me. What manner of place is this broken world?
Ah, my apologies. I forget that not all of us spend our days sequestered in dusty archives. The 13th is a reflection of the source that was drowned in a flood of darkness. In Emmett Selk's own words, this tragedy was a result of the Ascians' attempts to force a rejoining. They erred in their haste, and made of that world a useless void. You remember Una Kalhai, the unusual child we met during our troubles with the Warring Triad. He explained the fate of the 13th thus. The champions of that ill-fated world used a stone known as Auracite to contain the power of primals. But those self-same heroes were gradually corrupted by the Auracite's bleeding energies, transforming into fiends with an endless hunger for ether. By the time anyone thought to oppose them, Light's strength had grown too feeble, and the balance of the 13th tipped into eternal darkness. And what of your own experience? Will you tell us of what you observed during Noah's expedition? I can picture it now. The sunless, Stygian expanse, infested with legions of ether-starved monstrosities. A void in every sense of the word.
What you have described in such lurid detail is exactly why I hesitate to encourage you.
Worry not, great Vritra. Our journey into the 13th is but the first leg of a longer voyage. A voyage that shall lead us to other reflections, to new mysteries and discoveries. And I mean to be there every step of the way. But first, I must focus on refining the warding talisman.
Then I can begin work on constructing an artificial Atomos. Or I could, if I had the relevant manuals to hand. Might I be so bold as to request access to the Satrap's family archives? Your Excellency?
Oh, yes. That can be arranged. I will speak to my officials upon our return.
We will see you back in the city then.
I assume we are nearly the end of the that story now. Hopefully, since it's so late here, it's already 2 a.m. We only fight in one dungeon so far. Too much talking. I don't mind the law about the void monster thing. I like that. But other part is kind of
Hey, Stola.
lengthy.
The adjustments are going well, I hope.
Tis a lengthy process, but the end is in sight, yes.
That's wonderful news. I myself had some good fortune searching through the Satrap's private records. What I found was a transaction log dated around the same period as when Alzadal's legacy was built. It included a purchase list of highly exclusive alchemical components, and I knew I'd discovered the key to making the artificial atomos. I then visited the High Crucible to commission the materials. After I'd explained my requirements, I was beset by volunteers insisting I allow them to help with the entire project.
The usual reaction to someone forcing open a void gate is to run for the hills. Harnish academics certainly are a different breed.
The alchemists of old were cut from a similar cloth. The unknown held no fear for them. Indeed, they were ever eager to seek new knowledge, regardless of the danger.
And were you not also fearless, heedless even, in your determination?
My sire entered his dormancy before I was hatched. And so it was Ashdaya who kept my eggs safe and warm. It created a bond between us. Even long after I learned to fend for myself, I rarely strayed from her side. She was my guardian, my sister, my dear companion. And not a single day passes that I do not mourn her absence. No matter how deep the darkness, I would not surrender my search. I promised myself the time would come when we would once more take to the skies together. But I am satrap now.
The Radiant Host is here to serve, Your Excellency.
Nabdeen, what is this about?
Celestinian told us of your predicament. For centuries you have protected Rads at Han, never showing your true self, hiding behind a curtain and living only in service to the people. Your dedication meant more to us than your deceit, and so did we accept you as our rightful ruler. After all that you have sacrificed for this nation, did you imagine we would begrudge you your heart's desire? We survived the final days. We are a strong and proud people. We, the Radiant Host, will keep Thavnair safe in your absence.
I am grateful for your loyalty and for your encouragement. And yet...
Now you listen to me, Varshan! You are wearing that face, after all. As I have told you before, you are a little brother to us all. And if you are family, then so too is your sister. We are there for you if you need us. but do not ask us to sit by and watch while you abandon a sibling you have ached to rescue for millennia.
Despite they talk all that much, in the end, only we are the real hero who go and fighting and do the actual combat.
We will succeed in opening the way. It is only a matter of time. All you need to do is prepare to step through to the other side.
Your Excellency, I wanted to thank you for building the orphanage. It means so much that my sister and I will have a place to be together, safe and happy. And I hope that you and your sister can be together again too.
Take heart and protect them well. Such were the words I once said to you, and here I stand, failing to live up to them. If my heart is torn, I am fit to protect neither Ajdaya nor Radzatan. My people, I have come to a decision. Bashan will depart Thavne for a time. My dragon self will remain in the palace, but only to conduct the satrap's most essential duties. While I am focused on controlling this vessel, there may be matters that escape my attention. I rely on you, my trusted friends, to watch over one another until I return.
Take care and fair fortune, little brother. Many tears would be shed should you come to harm.
I would not dare make you cry.
Okay. Anyway, wanna finish this already. Shop is empty. We should be very near then. I do not want to cut this into 2 parts. Okay. Let's see what God Besa are doing. Wait. Aside weirder, this is not God Besa. I think he is the redesign of the Calamity brand. A new design.
And thus I am returned. To be swallowed, bereft of saviors.
Why that he has to cross his eye with that hand? I wonder if he is one of the 4 friends in Final Fantasy IV, or is that he just another different boss? Right, and with that, I think we conclude this patch story. Good. I think I have to come back to Final Fantasy XIV again for the 24-man dungeon and part of the story. Other than that, I'm glad I finished today. So late. A lot later than I thought it would be, due to the fact that the story was so long, much longer than I thought. Conversation too much. Right, anyway, see you later. Bye bye and thank